We got home at 3 a.m.
Maybe I was just imagining the moment then.
That night.
It was 1 a.m., yeah.
When we woke up that morning, my wife had the clippers ready to go. I'm not even joking. Yeah. So she cut my hair. She cut the mullet off, and she's like, "All right, now go to Mickey's and get an actual haircut." I couldn't look at the mullet another day.
I think that's why she came to pick you up from the house at 1 a.m.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to your favorite podcast, the Dirt Drive Podcast.
Put your phone down.
I'm looking and seeing what the fucking...
Yeah, but we're on video now, so...
That's fine. Good point.
Yeah, see?
Damn.
See?
So,
it gets harder all of a sudden. Yeah.
Tom just said it. We're on video now. We're in a shitty basement.
Please still listen on Spotify. Do not watch this on YouTube.
Well, you can watch it on Spotify.
All right, fine. Listen to it on YouTube. Just...
Either way,
do not put this on full screen.
It's going to be up in all the places. You can see how we had our background.
Condensation's a bitch.
Yeah, and it all fell down.
So,
but we're actually back in the basement today.
Yeah.
It's been a very long time.
It has been a very long time.
It's been a very, very long time since we've been in the basement. PJ fucked up his schedule. It is coming.
Yeah, he's on his way.
But our schedules are the topic. We have a very busy rest of the year.
We do have
we're going to be in a lot of places. Yeah, so this episode for you, Tom, just so we can have a reference for what the fuck is going on, is going to be coming out July 30th.
July 30th. Okay. Wow. That's like way future past.
Way future past.
That's way future past.
I'm banking episodes, man, because July 30th is I'm still out of the country.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So the month of July is very busy, not podcast or Jeep related.
Yeah. That's why we're kind of banking stuff early and kind of throwing stuff in the bank.
Yep.
But starting in August, I think we're also very busy. I have got nothing going in August except for I've got a beach trip in late August.
Yeah,
which is going to be nice. It's going to be nice to actually be able to decompress, take some time off.
Yeah, we're going to visit my parents in August.
Because even though I'm going to Germany, I'm currently in Germany because it's July 30th. It's traveling abroad is never relaxing. It's always fun.
Yeah,
it's never relaxing.
Yeah, I mean, personally, Karen and I were actually just having this discussion because we have our 5-year wedding anniversary coming up. So we were like, we want to do a nice trip, but we're like, do we spend the money? Do we not spend the money? Our honeymoon was great. It was very relaxing. I had COVID before COVID existed.
It's pretty sweet. Yeah.
It was a pretty wild experience. I remember like literally spitting phlegm through the snorkel while snorkeling with sea turtles.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tom killed a sea turtle that day.
Yeah. No, the sea turtles were fine. The people in the van on the way to the sea turtles
got
COVID. Anything.
they got COVID before COVID was cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was October
that.
2019.
I remember that.
And we got back from that trip, and I was down until like Thanksgiving
because you were out for a while.
I lost 25 pounds,
and it was literally before anybody knew about COVID.
Right.
I came by like twice and hung out with you during the day or something.
Yeah. I remember. Like, I mean, it affected me like through Christmas and New Year's because I remember unloading firewood and like not being able to carry firewood because I was so out of breath.
Yeah.
But it was just bronchitis, according to the doctor.
Well, I thought it was a undiagnosed upper respiratory infection.
That's what it originally was, bronchitis, and then after like 2 weeks, they were like, just hydrate and rest. Have a nice day.
Not quite sure.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So anyway,
but yeah, August will be fun. I'm excited for. It's going to be a long weekend beach trip.
Oh,
but it's going to be a beach trip.
That's what we were talking about.
The schedule.
Yeah. Well, and I was going to say how like we don't necessarily want to do a relaxing trip, but we're also like trying to balance relaxation.
A relaxing trip is what the two of you need.
I can't though. I get bored too easily. I can't do like 3 days just sitting on a beach.
Just sit, read, like listen to podcasts on the beach and.
No.
Oh yeah, you're ADD.
Yeah, that's
that's my favorite thing.
Beach trips. The other part of it, like as a kid growing up in New Jersey, like we did the beach for a long weekend. Like that was our family vacation every year. And I just, as a kid, I hated it because it was like, all right, I'm going to go boogie boarding. I'm going to dig a hole in the sand. I'm going to go boogie boarding and I'm going to make my hole bigger. But when you're 12, but like at 33, 34, I'm not going to go.
It's even better. I'm going to dig a hole and I'm going to go boogie board. Yeah. And then I'm going to come back, smoke a joint, and fucking read my book. What's better than that?
But I'd rather dig a hole with like an excavator than a sand shovel.
See, we're different people. I relaxed yesterday.
Relaxing for me would be sitting in an air-conditioned cab of an excavator digging a hole on the beach.
That would actually be very nice. But I relaxed yesterday, which was the 4th of July.
Yep.
My relaxation yesterday was I went on a 10-mile kayaking trip.
Yeah, see that
it was awesome. It was so relaxing.
Right, but that's I would rather do that. Like
Okay.
the trips we're looking at, like there's activities like hikes and ATV trips and kayaking or golf or like for me like golf is relaxing. Like I'll go spend 5 hours slamming beers and losing golf balls. Like that's a nice relaxing afternoon for me. What up, Freddie? Like what are you doing next weekend?
Oh, Freddie will go golfing with you.
I know, I got to text him actually. Carrie was encouraging me to play golf.
Yeah, so like a beach relaxation trip I can only do once a year because that is true like do nothing vacation.
Right. Like even with COVID in Mexico, I couldn't sit still. Like if I was either asleep or we went and did something because I still can't sit still.
Yeah.
So,
well,
anyway,
beach trip.
That was a hell of a side quest.
That's all right.
Is it a side quest if it starts off?
All right, so what are you guys thinking about for your vacation then? I have no idea yet.
So, yeah, we were thinking about doing the hot springs, the Omni Hot Springs thing
It's awesome.
in Virginia.
It's wonderful.
And
that is you can sit there and relax and do nothing in the hot springs or go hike.
Which is what appealed to me.
Y'all got married in October?
October, yeah.
Yeah, it's a perfect time.
October Blue Ridge would be awesome.
Yeah.
We looked at Carrie wanted to go back to Mexico. I don't really love the idea of going to Mexico.
Because you'll get COVID again?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Why don't you want to go to Mexico?
I mean, the whole if we do Mexico, it's got to be all inclusive, which then brings the budget because it's not worth it to go to Mexico. To
Alex and Erica just went to Mexico like very affordably for an all inclusive resort.
Oh yeah. It's not that it's not affordable, but I like when I travel. I like to do new things.
Fair, yes.
Like we did it. We just did it 5 years ago, right? And
just 5 years ago.
I
agree with you. It's like
I don't want to go do a week in Mexico just to sit on a beach.
Because when you do an all inclusive resort, it is very much Americanized Mexico. It feels like you're at the fucking Hilton downtown that has a nice pool and a swim up bar and
that's
everything else
for the same money through Costco to go back to Mexico and have to deal with the whole Uber taxi driver war and all the other all the making sure it's bottled water and all the other stuff. It's like that same money we can go have a really nice weekend
in the Smoky Mountains.
In the Smoky Mountains, like there's another place we found, and hope maybe they listen to the podcast and I can get this discounted because right now we can't afford it. But it was called Primland, it's like south of Roanoke.
Okay, super
bougie. Like they have rooms that are $2,500 a night.
What?
But it's like
Is it like a super nice like mountainside campsite thing?
Yeah, so the $2,500 a night are like bedroom with living space tree houses on like a 5-star resort. It's like it was like voted the #1 resort in the Southeast US. So it's like super nice restaurants, all this. And the nice thing is the $2,500 a night room comes with a $500 a day credit. So it almost becomes all inclusive at that point.
Yeah.
But they have like ATV picnic trips and hiking trips and they have like 3 golf courses and it's like...
Yeah, one of the things we passed up on our Europe trip was something kind of like that. It was called a company called Discovery Campers, kind of like what Sean did.
Okay.
You get a Land Cruiser Discovery.
Oh, nice.
Like a classic one.
Yeah.
Fully fitted out for overlanding, and they give you a map and trip and kind of just go out.
That'd be cool. See, like I would absolutely love to do that.
Yeah.
Like
so we're going to go back to London and do that at some point.
Carrie's got a coworker who's from Iceland.
Shout out Discovery Campers if you listen. I think you do because you sent me a message on Instagram. So
that's pretty cool.
Shout out.
Her coworker from Iceland, like, is still an Icelandic citizen, so you have access to things in Iceland that like tourists don't if you go with a citizen, like all the interior roads and stuff. And like, she's made the comment about like, if you ever go to Iceland, let me know. I'll fly home and give you the tour.
That would be
and
dope.
I'm like ever since the X Overland video in Iceland, like Like Iceland is high on my list.
Yeah,
of places
Iceland
to
is
go.
a cool place.
Now Iceland in October, probably
Well,
not.
it's chilly, but Iceland's green and Greenland is icy, right? Isn't
Except
that
for like October through like May.
Okay, so it's still like Alaska.
Yeah, I mean it's still like their winter is winter. It's winter.
Winter. It's cold as fuck and snowy.
Yeah, I think it's the amount of snow more than it is like I don't think it's that cold. Like it's not like -50. It's not Antarctica cold.
Okay.
At least not in the cities, because the cities are like on the southern part. But anyway,
Going to September. September is where we start getting crazy, or where we were crazy. I had to take something off the schedule that I've been talking about for a while, and I'm really bummed about it. And that's at least I have to take off my schedule.
yeah, I was
the rock crawling
I might
comp.
still go take PJ or something.
Take PJ and take what your JK, or still take the
probably should do
XJ.
JK.
Still take the XJ. That's fine. When I get back,
We'll see which one gets fixed first.
well, that was what I was going to say. Is when I get back from my European trip, is I've kind of been focused on the Camaro recently. I was going to get into that later on another episode that I'm not going to do now, but you and PJ are going to do.
Yeah.
Which I think is future past. I think it's all mixed up.
Anyway.
But now that I'm getting back from my European trip, future past, is my focus goes on the XJ, and with the focus going back on the XJ, I was thinking about doing short revival videos. It's like, hey, this week I'm reviving the XJ to get ready for this comp.
Sure.
If you guys still wanted to take it, that'd be like, hey, it would be me doing the revival in my driveway.
Yeah.
You guys coming to pick it up, throw it on the trailer. You guys go crawling that weekend.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
We'll see. I mean, like I said, it's the maybe future past and maybe fixed by the time this comes out, but like I have to at least do control arms and probably pinion bearings on the JK.
So do you want to hear we gave the listeners a little intro on the JK. This is another side quest. This is a side quest filled episode.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear my opinion about what happened to the XJ?
Sure.
Not the XJ, the JK.
Yeah.
You remember when we were at Kayla's and I hit the lockers and we jammed everything up and it wouldn't move?
No.
You don't think that with the wheels locked, the back axle trying to roll forward, it could have...
No, because that was
that?
that was the front, and
we locked front and rear.
Yeah, but like
because I was an idiot. I was just fucking with Tom.
Yeah,
I hit all of his S-Pod switches.
But once we got it to unlock, once we got the bind out of it, it was perfectly fine.
Yeah, but you don't think with the front wheels trying to turn
I didn't push it that hard.
Okay.
I mean,
because I thought about it. It could have helped. It could have helped hurt it.
I think they're because I had driven it a few times after that, and it was perfectly fine. So my two theories: we do know it had a diff leak that I had topped off. Like I was monitoring that leak when I was driving it. I think there's probably some runtime on it on low oil.
Yeah,
which would kill your pinion bearings before it kills anything, because then the oil's not getting to the pinion. And I think
that's just your opinion. Hey, looks at the camera like Jim from The Office.
I think 8 years of heavy abuse on stock control arms
from the previous owner,
from me and the previous owner. I think they because where they're cracked and bent is the factory.
Yeah, there's a bend in there,
and like the factory. It's square tube, so like I understand why there's the kink in it, because like that's just the natural.
That's just how square tube works.
It's just how square tube works. I don't understand why they use square tube for it.
Because they're cheap. It's the cheapest option.
But
But I think so. With me doing the XJ revival video, after I get back from Europe,
we're definitely gonna do some JK.
You should also do a JK revival video, and we talked about it on our episode that I'm calling "What's Happening on YouTube." It's got the catchy fucking thumbnail,
clickbait.
Yeah, clickbait thumbnail. Yeah. It was still. I
almost died, but it's okay. I fixed it already.
Yeah, I enjoyed that episode, and that's why we're obviously filming this one.
Yeah.
But where was I going? Oh yeah, you need to do revival videos for that.
Yeah.
Then the next week after that would be September 20th.
Yeah.
Would be if we end up going. I will not be there at the rock crawling competition at Roush Creek. It's like the RC Club comp.
Yeah.
Individual event, I think it is.
Oh, it's not a team thing.
No, it's a team thing, but the last thing was like
So
specifically
confused.
targeted at like clubs. They do different things. It's still basically
I need to like look into what it actually is.
yeah, it's still
and figure out
basically
how
the
it
same
works,
event. Is you get a co-dog and a driver and
Yeah.
I don't know.
Spotter. Driver and spotter. I don't know.
But-
Are there tech requirements like cage or
No, it's stock
is it
vehicle
classed?
friendly.
It's just
yeah,
all-
classed. And
Okay.
each class is designed so that overall it's a whole competition.
Yeah.
Like every vehicle is competing against another, but they change the course so that the vehicles can have the same time.
Okay. So like the stock 35s,
Gets an easier line.
The stock 35s take this line, and it's all scored the same.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I actually think it's a really cool event.
Yeah.
But the weekend after that, my buddy Nick and Sarah,
Yep.
they're getting married. Nick's my buddy with the FJ80.
Yep.
I'm still trying to get him to come wheeling.
Yep.
My goal was to get him to Overland Expo,
Yeah.
but he will be on his honeymoon.
It's a good excuse. We'll allow
So
that
maybe
one.
I'll take the 80. We'll take the 80 Expo.
It sucks for him though, because like I have the same problem where for the first like 5 years Expo was in Virginia, it fell on my wedding anniversary. Actually, I think it was the first year I got married. It was the weekend of my wedding, and I was like, And then like the next year was the same weekend. I was like, I'm never going to be able to go to Overland Expo ever.
Well, we thought it was going to be a conflict this year too when we talked about it originally.
it is earlier this year than usual.
Which is still a conflict with you, but that's just figuring out scheduling with you and your wife.
Because I'm not against day tripping that.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be
personally.
there the whole event.
Yeah.
Is obviously I pitched to you the idea of
that episode's out
podcasting
already,
there.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
gonna try
all for it.
and load up with podcast too. Like I had a great time talking with the F Bomb guys, Zach,
Yep.
Rick,
Yep.
Kelly. Is that it? F Bomb, Zach, Rick, and Kelly.
Yeah, we got 4 that weekend. Yeah.
Wow, that was a busy fucking weekend.
It was a busy weekend.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm going to go again. I'm going to camp with the F Bomb guys because they have their own ticket now. If you're if you're going to Overland Expo and you want a great campsite with a great bunch of guys and gals,
It was a good
campsite, but the environment that we were in camping with the
group
community
is fantastic. Those guys are great.
If you're going to Overland Expo East, buy the F Bomb Overland ticket.
Or don't.
But if you do, that's where we'll be. That's where at least I will be camping.
Well, yeah, come hang out with us.
Come hang out.
Find us and hang out.
We'll drink beers, record podcasts, tell lies. I just had so much fun with them last year, and I saw them once this year for the Eclipse.
Yeah.
They
I
had
would
the
like
Eclipse
to
trip.
I'd also like from a local shout out standpoint, I'd like to try and go to Big Dogs in September.
When is that in September?
Main Jambo. I think it's usually early September.
Tim is Googling. That's closed out because I limit my social media time like we talked about, so I don't have access to Facebook right now. Which makes podcasting very hard.
I was going to say that kind of makes zero sense for the content creator, producer. Over
I
there.
understand. I give myself 30 to 45 minutes of social media a day so I don't fall into that rabbit hole of not making content because I can make the same content on my computer. And if I'm on my computer, I'm more focused than not focused.
I have opinions on that, but
I know.
we don't have to discuss
Event
this on
information. Oh, that just tells you the information.
Yeah, I don't. You don't have to find it right now. It's not the end of the
I'm gonna find it.
world.
Main Jambo.
Why do I feel like
Fall crawl is 10/18 to 10/20. So October 18th through 20th.
What's Main Jambo? September what?
September 6th to the 8th. So that is.
Is that Labor Day weekend?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it is.
September 6th to the 8th is not Labor Day weekend. Labor Day weekend is the very first weekend.
Okay.
So it's Labor Day weekend is this
Second or third?
the 30th through the 2nd
Okay.
of August 30th through September 2nd.
Yeah, I know it's been a while since we've done
It has been.
Big Dogs, and I don't hate the idea of
And they're a lot of fun. And I think
yeah.
that's one of the events that the Baltimore boys go to.
Yeah.
So you could
Yeah, we haven't seen them in a while.
see them and hang out.
We
I completely forgot all about that.
Yeah, we haven't had a good like
Boys wheeling weekend.
debaucherous weekend. I mean,
Which I know we talked about. Moab was it wasn't debaucherous at all. Moab was just
but that's my point. Like
Fun,
Moab
like-
was a great trip.
it was like hard overlanding.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a great trip. It was a good group. We had a ton of fun, but like, I don't know if it's just us getting older or what, but like, I kind of miss the
break shit and not care.
Yeah.
Hi PJ, thanks for showing up.
Oh, you made it.
35 minutes late.
Hey, welcome to the pod.
Welcome to the pod. Yes, welcome.
Pods.
Welcome, friend.
Smile and wave for the camera, PJ. We're a real podcast now.
We are. We're doing the damn thing
We're doing the things.
as the kids say. We're doing the damn thing. We're talking about our schedule now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole studio.
Wow, that's loose.
The whole quote unquote
Yeah,
studio
the
needs to
studio's
get
falling
fixed.
apart. Time to redo it.
is.
But yeah, I just like we haven't done a rev limiter like trailer in, do dumb shit.
Well, my last rev limiter trailer in weekend was June 23, and that's when the XJ broke, and
Right.
that was the Blue Mountain Jeep Alliance trip I did with Freddie,
Right.
and that was fun. But
Maybe we just
that's the last time the XJ drove.
Just gonna take a second to admire how much you look like a functioning member of society right now with your haircut.
Me? Yeah. Oh my. Oh, have you not seen me?
his lack of mullet.
Have you not seen me since I had my mustache and mullet? I've been
you
by the shop a
cut
few
your
times.
beard and everything since
We
Moa,
went to
but you didn't.
Kayla's.
No, you didn't have a haircut then.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
You did?
I absolutely did.
No.
Yeah, his hair's been short like
Literally-
this for a while.
We got home at 3 a.m.
Maybe I was just
or
imagining
1
the mullet
a.m.
then.
that
It
night.
was 1 a.m. Yeah.
When we woke up that morning, my wife had the clippers ready to go. I'm not even joking. So she cut my hair. She cut the mullet off, and she's like, "All right, now go to Mickey's and get an actual haircut." I couldn't look at the mullet another day.
I think that's why she came to pick you up from the house at 1 a.m. because she said that mullet is not surviving another minute longer than it has to.
not at all.
And honestly, thank you, Mackenzie.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it was a good look. Honestly, I miss it.
I mean, it worked. It worked better with the mustache. Without the mustache, that mullet was no bueno.
Was I? Yeah, it was full beard and
You
mullet
looked like
most
you
of
were
the
ready
time.
to like fucking hobble into Gettysburg and shoot some gray coats.
Hell yeah, brother.
Bad.
Hell yeah, brother.
Well,
It's funny because I have been listening to Appalachian folk mixes recently.
Oh, jeez.
been
You're
real
like going
good.
all in on this whole like, West Virginia thing.
But then
Jed gets
also
taken out by a deer, and Tim's like, "I'm moving to West Virginia."
But then
West by
also,
God.
so to level myself out, I've been also listening to the Mexican OT.
What?
The Mexican OT. He's a
You're gonna have to elaborate on what Mexican OT.
he's a rapper. He's a rapper.
Oh, that is not
But he's
what
in
I thought
Spanish
it
or
was.
is it in English?
He
I-
raps in English, but he's a Mexican guy.
I just heard Mexican overtime. That's it.
That's all.
yeah. I don't know what OT means.
I thought he was like gonna be listening to like radio broadcasts
No.
of like amateur Baja racing. Which actually, I believe Baja's is Baja this week. One of the 500s, isn't there
I
a
don't
desert
know.
race this week?
There's always
Jujulit.
races. Jujulit.
Well, we're in future past PJ. It's
Yeah, we're in
July
future
30th
past.
right now.
Yeah, right now it's July 30th. So this comes out after you record with all your buddies, and
Yep.
and we're
Checks
talking
out.
we're talking about our schedule for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Do we?
So we're into September right now. We haven't.
we're into
We
Sep-
just got into October.
Main Jam, yeah. Expo is October. Is that it? Is that our busy ass schedule? Do we just have 3 events in 6 weeks?
PRI
Oh yeah, if we are, yeah.
and SEMA, if we can get to SEMA.
Oh shit, yeah, that's tempting.
March,
Real tempting.
May to June, September, and November.
What are you counting?
Baja.
Oh,
Made it. Oh, so there. Okay, never mind. I'm thinking of something else then.
I mean, there's desert races all of the time.
Yeah, I know. I just feel like there was one like that I saw recently that was coming up.
That well, the 56th Baja 500 was May and June.
Well,
Yeah.
they just raced Nora recently too,
yeah,
and that's where Pam and Miles
Right.
were. They were commenting on Nora.
isn't that an Ultra 4 race though?
No, they were
The
contract.
NorCal Stampede race.
No, the NorCal Stampede is an Ultra 4 race.
That was this.
That just happened.
yeah, that was last weekend.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, a month ago.
I'm a fucking these are past. But yeah, so Expo will be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think if you're not going to be the whole weekend, if you're just going to do a day trip,
Oh man, I got to really sit down and figure this out now.
I know I might try and grab PJ or Trevor and come with me for
I-
Expo.
You know,
That
You want to go to Overland Expo?
when?
October
6th.
4th through the 6th.
Yeah, don't see why not.
Commit right now.
Well,
Lauren's gonna fly back from the Bahamas right now and strangle you.
Commit. Future past. I'm in Germany right now.
yeah.
I don't think we have anything going on in October, so that's why I say shouldn't be an issue.
It's also an
So,
expensive trip.
Yeah,
It's $190 for 3 nights of camping.
Yeah.
That's it?
Well,
That's
I
it.
mean, that also includes your ticket.
Yeah, that's your ticket, and
that's not bad.
It's not that bad.
That's worth it to me.
yeah,
I mean, that's what we would spend on a Big Dogs weekend.
Yeah.
that's fair.
I mean, I don't
I think
plan on buying anything, so that's
That's what they get you. You get a fucking $300 pillow
an $8,000 chair.
Yeah, $900 chair. Which I'm actually going to get another one this year. I enjoy that chair so much.
I can't do the low chairs.
I love.
I think
the
it's
low
because I'm
chairs.
fat and I have a broken back.
thinking.
It's a bad combination.
Speaking of
but-
expensive, there were I don't know if either of you drive past it on Charlestown Road, the highway
9,
yes.
Yeah, Charlestown Pike.
Did you see the trailer for sale off on the left or right?
Oh yeah,
The
the
Black
Overland
Series?
21 footer. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've
I
seen
did
that
look
too.
up the price on those bad boys.
Those are expensive.
They're
That's-
like a $50,000
Yeah.
camper trailer.
Yeah, for a bumper pull, $50,000
Yeah.
camper.
MSRP is $44,899, and I don't think that's like the high end one either.
No. Makes me want to know what they're asking for it, but
They're probably asking
30.
30.
I've
30,
seen one
40.
up
45,
close
30.
when the second to
don't-
last trip to Colorado. We did the salmon days
Okay.
in Colorado somewhere,
Yeah.
and they were like showcasing
One of those.
in like
Yeah, they
the
had those.
strip.
They had those
So-
at Expo, didn't they?
I don't remember that manufacturer specifically, but yeah, there's
They're
a
pretty much all the same.
So this is what, and maybe it's, I don't. We should do we need to get an RV specialist.
Mm-hmm.
Who do we know that's into RVs? like
who do we
hardcore?
know that's into RVs? Not four-wheel campers, but
Guy?
skinny guy. They build
No,
fucking
yeah,
campers.
Yeah, but I want an unbiased RV person who like because here's my thing. I don't understand the RV market.
I don't
That-
either.
Why is that camper $50,000 when all it has is a lift kit and mud terrains versus like the standard bumper pull that I can go finance for 30 years? It's $8,000.
They're
Like,
not $8,000. None of them are $8,000.
a little 20-footer.
These days, no.
No, not at all.
These days, no.
All right, fine.
Campers are
15?
expensive. Yeah.
No,
A-
we're not
a-
talking
A 20 with
a 21
with
footer?
water,
Hold on.
flushing toilets.
Hold on.
With water and flushing
Hold
toilets, you're into the 30s.
20-foot camper.
This is going to turn into a camper episode, isn't it?
13.9 for 2024. Coleman Lantern.
Oh, it's a
17
Coleman
foot-
canter.
But that's what I'm saying.
But there's nothing wrong with a Coleman.
Keystone Hideout 15.5. The
But they're probably-
Forest River is 32.
It's probably, is it dry? I bet it's
I
dry.
don't know. But that's what I'm saying. I don't know anything about campers. And like to me, they're all the same. It's an aluminum skinned tent.
No. So when it comes to campers, you have a bunch of factors. Does it have water? Does it have heat? Does it have AC? If you add water, heat, and AC,
All right. So this
and like heat and AC also doesn't mean it's a 4-season camper.
here you go. This Coleman Lantern, which is $13,999. Okay, so
$13,999.
$14,000. This is it would only cost you about $108 a month, depending on your credit.
For the 30-year term.
This has a fucking fireplace in it, Tim. 27-gallon freshwater tank, 27-gallon blackwater tank, 30-amp electrical service, 8-foot interior height, so 8-foot ceiling, sleeps 5, 21 foot long.
That's not hateful.
4,000-pound GVW. Has a power awning, whatever the Coleman Lantern light package is. Coleman branding. It is prepped for solar, so you just put your own solar panel on it. Has a 3 cubic foot refrigerator. Like,
If you go to Coleman's.com and buy this, use code DIRTDRIVE. You won't save any money.
but yeah, and honestly, like this is apparently a great deal according to KBB.
Yeah, it looks like it's a good
Or
deal.
no, sorry, Camping World. Wow.
Yeah,
it definitely-
KVB.
Camping Blue Book.
No, like I thought it was KBB. Like that is the
Yeah,
KBB graph.
it
They
is.
clearly hired the same website designers. Anyway, like what is like realistically? I mean, I get the furnishings and things like increase the price because like
Well, the quality of the build. It's built. That's
right.
built by Coleman, so it's not going to be nearly as
No, no.
nicely put together as.
I understand that part of it, but like
But
why? But why is that 50 grand?
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably independent suspension, independent coilovers on each. I honestly, I don't know.
It's just
Let's go roll under the thing.
that's what I'm saying.
On Route 9.
We need to find like an actual
Unbiased camper person.
like if there's any listeners or viewers now, since
Hell
we're
yeah, brother.
bougie like that are in the RV industry and want to come on, I would love to be schooled on
Campers. Like off-road campers, obviously, because it's an
Well,
off-road thing.
Yeah, but
just campers in general.
right? But why? Like obviously we have some background in it with our relationship with Skinny Guy Campers, and like they recently came out with the trailer game, and like their trailers are affordably priced.
Yeah.
Like their campers are in that 15 to 20 range, and it's like, to me that makes sense for an off-road camper. Why is that HQ Black Series or whatever it is? Like, why is that camper 50 grand when it does the exact same thing as the $20,000 Skinny Guy camper? And it has the same independent suspension and the aluminum extruding and all the other, like I get there's a bunch of, like, I get the quality side of it. I get, the mattress makes it cost more money or solar makes it cost more money. But, like, is that it? Is it just the way they're optioned?
I think so.
Are they all just...
The way they're optioned and the way they're the materials they use to
We're on
assemble
camera
them.
now, PJ. We're not supposed to use our phones. I looked at the website.
Yeah.
Because I drive by that every day.
They have
And I'm waiting
the
for the-
campers.
I'm
There's
waiting
like
for the
5
price
different
drop.
series, and then there's the toy haulers, which are, I would assume, more for ATVs.
Yeah, ATVs, dirt
yeah.
bikes, and stuff.
Golf carts, yeah.
If they started doing ones with a drive-on trailer attached to it,
There are ones.
Sunbelt or not Sunbelt.
Sunpie.
Dude,
There is a company
yeah.
making crawler haulers.
there's a few of them.
Yeah.
Because there's an affordable one, too. I
yeah.
found one when I
It's
was...
like become a thing again.
When I was in the diesel game.
Yeah.
There was one that had like a 12-foot sleeping area and 18-foot deck. And it was like in the
It's a mighty
30s.
nice deck you got there.
Big old deck,
I like
boy.
it. I like your dick.
But yeah, so I'll try and find someone at Expo that's like an unbiased camper guy.
Oh.
That's the benefit of that.
Oh.
Now we come back to the schedule.
Side quest complete.
Side quest complete. But yeah, no, I'll try and find someone who's like unbiased and knows about the camper market at Expo.
Let's jump into November and December here, because SEMA and PRI, like we've talked about PRI a couple times since our DC trip.
I think personally, I rate PRI higher than SEMA.
I agree from a personal standpoint, because I like the motorsport side of it. I think
Well, that's why
I think SEMA has gotten very commercialized. I don't disagree with that general consensus. I think the hot rod tuner guys are getting a lot more out of SEMA than the off-road market, because the off-road market is so saturated right now, and part of me actually kind of wants to find a way to also make SEMA work, because I'm very curious to, because we didn't go last year.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if it's, from everything I saw and everybody I talked to, off-road SEMA for 23 was bigger than it was 22 when we were there.
Well, the
And
haul they had a bigger haul that year too.
Well, so
they got moved. Didn't they get
obviously,
moved?
2021 obviously is a hard year to like gauge things, because there was nothing in 20. SEMA was canceled in 20. 21 was the first thing back at the Las Vegas Convention Center was SEMA. So like anybody and everybody that wanted to come out came out, but I think from people I talked to, it was less people, more companies.
Yeah.
When we were there, like people were saying like, oh, in years past, like every square inch that they could sell was sold.
Yeah.
And 21 was the first year for West Hall. So a lot of people were saying like, oh, I think they have more square footage now, so they were able to make booths bigger, spread them out, whatever it was. And then some people were like, oh, it's less people, but then the stats came out and it wasn't actually less people, and it was all this. And then when we went in 22, it was a madhouse compared to what
It was
Trevor,
a madhouse closer to the weekend. The first 2 days was epic. It was so nice.
Yeah,
the
but-
first 2 like actual industry days.
But I would even argue, so like it was just Trevor and I that first year in 21 that we went, and it felt manageable. And with a year of experience, the year 2022, that was a more overwhelming experience than 21 was.
Yeah.
And like, I figured it would be the exact
because the amount of
opposite.
people and everything?
Yeah, I thought it would be the opposite where like, oh, I've been here before. The business is more established. I don't quite have the imposter syndrome that I had the first year. Like I had names and faces and things that I was going to recognize. And then it was just like, oh shit. Like Trevor and I did the entire show in that first year in 4 days. Like, we did the restoration, we did the hot rod stuff, we went and talked to everybody. I never got out of off-road or business services at all for the second year.
Yeah.
Because it was I don't know, and it was just weird. And so, like, I kind of want to go back.
Yeah, now that I have experience with SEMA, I'd like to go back and do more networking and record, like do more of the thing that we do is like I want to record podcasts and meet more
and
people.
even just all the stuff that around SEMA that doesn't happen at the convention center at the show. Like we don't get into.
The hard part for me about doing it this year is the cost, because plane tickets aren't cheap right now to Vegas.
Yeah.
It's the overall cost. It's going to be $600 for a plane ticket, and if we're there for 3 nights, it's $200 a night on the cheap end.
Yeah.
Want to drive again?
I'm absolutely down to drive. 100%.
Which Jeep are we taking?
Fucking, we'll take my Sonata. Fuck a Jeep. I'm not driving another goddamn Jeep across the country. We will take my 300,000 mile Sonata.
If we're doing it again, we got to take the mountain pass again. So,
so my Sonata.
So we're taking the LJ.
No,
4 fat dudes in an LJ. Your back seat's still in the garage.
Yep.
So hot take, because I did some research on it. The bolt pattern on the Sonata is the same bolt pattern on the LJ and the XJ.
Ooh, we can 5x4.5.
5x4.5. We can put off-road wheelies and tires on there, boys.
We did just buy some killer Sawzall blades at the shop too.
Yeah.
And I only drive it actually I only drive my car 2 days a week now. Because I drive my car Monday and Tuesday. I work from home Thursday and Friday, and I drive the Jeep on or Wednesday and Thursday I work from home, and Fridays I drive the Jeep. Take the doors off.
We'll look at it. PRI is definitely
top of the list.
I think PRI is on the list. It's a 1 day drive. It's a much cheaper city to go to.
Yeah.
I've always heard great things about Indianapolis too.
Yeah.
Like, I've never actually like explored the city. I've driven through it a couple times. I would love to do stuff at the Speedway. Like there's I'm all in on it because that's new.
Well, I think we have a family friend. I know we have a family friend in Indy.
Okay.
And I think he's in the hospitality industry.
Okay.
So he would be able to be like, hey, I mean, because Indy is a motorsports town.
100%.
He would be like, hey, this is what you would, like, you're coming to Indy.
Yeah.
This is what you want to do. And you'd be able to kind of hook us up and tell us what to do and give us some good recommendations.
And we can always try and hitch a ride with somebody going out there.
Yeah, I know a guy who drives old minivan out every year with race car parts in it.
Speaking of shitbox cars. But it has methods on it, so.
It does have methods on it. Eric Miller.
His daily driver. It's like a 98 Caravan with methods in all terrains. That's his daily driver.
It's the fucking coolest thing. He drove it to, he delivers parts in it. He picks up parts in it. He drove it to PRI last year. It's the fucking best.
Loaded it full of parts and stuff and drove it out there.
It's the fucking best.
I could just see Eric Miller in the minivan with like 600 of his RC cars.
Yeah.
Just fucking.
I think you think he makes more money than he does.
Well, that's just my imagination. Just like, here, you get one, you get one.
But every time I see
me and Tim chasing it. I want one.
It's like
an
ice cream truck.
Speaking of ice cream trucks, Trevor found the Mr. Softy soft serve truck.
Yeah.
On Facebook.
Did he tell him to come to our shop?
You can request them to come to it.
Did he really?
Well, yeah, because they used to come like every other week.
I was going to say
the old shop.
I think I have their information saved somewhere. I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner.
$6 for a massive thing of soft serve, man. It was great.
Anyway, good ice cream too.
It was good ice cream.
I think that's really it for the schedule for the year.
Yeah, which
that gets us through December because PRI is December.
Saying
11th.
it out loud doesn't sound like a lot, but that's Overland Expo is a full weekend in October. SEMA's a full weekend in Vegas in November, and then PRI is like a long weekend in Indianapolis. Like, that's 3 months in a row of big travel.
Yeah. Well, and at some point too, I also want to do Like I did that trip with my father-in-law, my wife, my father-in-law, and my sister-in-law last fall. Is we did a weekend long overlanding trip
Last weekend.
I don't fucking know, man.
We could,
It's future past. It's currently July 30th.
Time is a construct.
It's currently July 30th.
we could be smart about Expo and like.
We tried that last year. It didn't work.
But
Being smart about it?
No. Here's what we did wrong was we planned to do the trip after Expo.
Oh, do a trip to Expo.
Do a trip to Expo.
I don't have the obviously you have the vacation time. I don't have the vacation time.
I really don't have the vacation.
He's got to talk to his boss.
Yeah. That's fair. She's upstairs.
No, he's about 2.5 feet tall.
He's a year old by now.
He is a year old, but actually like a year and 3 days old.
It's amazing how someone with no thought process is.
Oh, he's got.
Are you talking about me, PJ?
No.
No. He has
Are you a
thought
baby?
process.
Sometimes.
That's the honestly, this is not to be all sappy and like adulty about this, but fun thing about babies is watching them develop the thought process, and you're like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
oh fuck, it's evolving.
We somewhat experienced it when we had the puppies because
Yeah.
each one of them started to develop their own little personalities. It was great.
Dogs definitely do it too, but like, it is definitely different.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
like because a dog, it happens so quickly that you blink and then all of a sudden you're like, oh fuck, that's a dog. That's not a puppy anymore.
Yeah.
A year into a puppy, you have a dog. Mm-hmm. Like we're a year in, and it's like yesterday. Yeah, I can hear him. Last night he's got like a little wooden shopping cart thing, like walker, and he's starting to be able to walk assisted. And a month ago, he would use it, and he would just either go too fast and freak out, or he'd crash into something and he didn't know how to back up or turn or anything.
Standing upstairs early,
reverse,
he was crashing into the dog bowl
So so then last night,
repeatedly, just back and forth.
Sarah and Thomas were here. No, he like crashed into a chair, but then he figured out that he could pull it back and turn it and then keep going.
Oh, nice.
So then it was like it was
Watch
literally
the gears turn.
witnessing like he hit something and was like, wait, what happens if I go like the aha moment?
Yeah.
And now he's like scooting around all over the place.
I just envisioned that Jimmy Neutron scene where he like has an
Brain
idea.
Yeah, it's definitely fun.
Yeah.
And like watching him like reach for things, like we took him to the dentist this morning, and he was just like watching everything, looking at everything, opening doors. Like they figure shit out real quick.
Yeah, it made my life a pain in the ass coming down the stairs because I had my hands covered in not covered in shit. But I had all the shit in my
gross.
hand.
We have all the baby
all the baby gates and baby
That doesn't
locks.
sound sanitary.
It was gross. I don't know why I said that.
I came home from
I had
work.
shit in my hands. I had all this shit all over my hands.
I came home from work one day and like all the cabinets were locked, and I was like, "Oh, we're here now, huh?"
Yeah.
We're at that
Yeah.
stage.
And like he's crawling, but he was
professional.
crawling slowly, and now he's like he found like fifth gear and overdrive. And like, well, yeah. He's just like, you put him down, and it's just like, God damn it, like right down the hallway, and you're like, no, we're gonna sit and watch TV, and you pick him up and you put him back down, boom, as far against like,
All right. Well, on that note, if you guys have anything that you want us to do this year,
we're booked.
we're booked. But
Tim will be there by himself.
But you also know where we're going to be. We'd love to come out and see you.
Yeah.
If you want to pay us to come
It
out.
is July 30th. I may or may not have talked to anybody about it.
PJ, let's not get ahead of ourselves. But no, seriously, if you want to pay
Money,
us,
please.
our appearance fee is barbecue. And,
We
beer.
recorded this on July 5th. As of today, July 5th, not July 30th. I've yet to talk to the guys at Expo about doing our
Correct.
Expo idea.
Well, I mean,
hopefully by July 30th, I talk to them.
I think we'll be at Expo. It's just what capacity we don't know. Expo is a really fun event. If you listen to this podcast and you've never been to Expo and you're on the East Coast,
honestly, any Expo, go to any Expo. We will be at East Coast Expo.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you're not on the East Coast, there's Overland Expo West, which I think is past already. That's Flagstaff, Arizona. Then there's Overland Expo Pacific Northwest,
Which I think is coming up soon.
and then there's Mountain West, which is in Colorado, and then East, which is
The
here
last
in
one of the
Virginia,
year.
and they always do that in the fall. Blue Ridge Mountains in the fall is awesome.
Beautiful.
If you're within a 12-hour highway drive, it is absolutely worth the
Absolutely worth
trip.
it.
There's tons of forest roads, GW National Forest, Shenandoah National Park.
Yeah, even if you make it a stop on your trip. I know it's expensive to buy a ticket for a day.
Yeah.
But it's worth it for a stop on your trip.
Well, so as I know from exploring options of presenting at Overland Expo, the largest represented income group of Overland Expo is $150,000 plus a year.
Yeah.
So your
So if you-
your $200 ticket is
chump change.
is a couple.
Yep.
It's like overlanding is not a cheap hobby.
No.
Expo is absolutely like you honestly. You can make that $200 back if you have gear you're shopping for just in the specials that are coming out.
Well, and that's my plan this year is I'm going to buy a Gazelle tent.
Yeah.
Is they were
$150 off.
Yeah.
The one you wanted was $150 off.
So I'm going to buy my Gazelle this year.
For
And
the
I'm going to buy
Jupe?
another. What's that?
For the Jupe?
For the Jupe?
Well, Gazelles are ground tents.
Yeah.
They're just bougie ground tents.
Yeah, they're really nice. They set up in like 30 seconds.
That's why he was talking shit on the Coleman camper because he's moving out of his Coleman tent.
Where do you put that in your Jeep?
It just folds up like
Just
a regular
folds up?
tent.
Yeah. It's like a long regular tent.
It just goes in a sack.
Nah. Sack tent.
But yeah, so you guys know where we'll be. Hopefully SEMA, definitely Overland Expo. And I'm going to say, as of right now, I'm definitely going to say PRI. Because it's just so accessible.
I'm okay without talking to my wife with committing to PRI.
Okay, future past Tom Duck, maybe.
Cannot confirm nor deny.
That may or may not affect the SEMA decision, but I would really like to do both.
Yeah, agreed. For me, PRI is higher ranked than SEMA.
Yeah,
Just because of cost.
yeah. From a content standpoint, I think PRI will be less. Personally, I think from what we like and what we kind of talk about on the podcast often.
So you say it'll be less, but I already have 3 or 4 podcasts lined up.
From an off
With the top of the industry
from
people.
an off-road standpoint. I mean, there's always a connection between off-road and motorsport, especially these days. Like that off-road motorsports, like the racing side of it, the actual racing side of it, is growing rapidly.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's definitely a connection. I say like an overall content standpoint, we're gonna get great interviews because of the access. I think if you wanted to talk new products and stuff, like do the actual press thing at SEMA, I think we'd get.
I've never been a big fan of the whole press thing. It's a lot of work, and
I hate to break it to you, but that's what we do.
I know we are press.
Yep.
We're just bad at it. I'm gonna take my Widow recovery board.
Poing.
I keep mine in the Jeep at all times.
Yeah.
I never got one.
On that note, you guys know where to find us. Dirt Nerds Off-Road, Dirt Nerds Motors, and the Dirt Drive Podcast, everywhere social. PJ Pomada Photography. You got to show up 30 minutes late for PJ Pomada. We are on YouTube, and we have video, and hopefully we continue that. I don't know what else to say. Hit like, hit subscribe, share. Honestly, if you want to share,
you know what to do.
there's a hack to sharing on social media and YouTube.
Click the button.
No, you click so if you click the button, you have to send it to someone. If you don't want to send it, just hit copy link, and it puts it in the algorithm that you copy the link to share it somewhere else. But obviously, share it somewhere else.
Oh, yeah. So instead of just hacking, why don't you actually send it to your friends?
Fair, send it to your friends too.
Because
Whatever you do,
You gotta work with the algorithm.
I was like, not only does copying the link put you in the algorithm, when they send it to a friend, then the friend listens to it.
Yep.
that's fair, and that's what we want.
And then that friend goes, "Oh my god, this is the worst podcast ever. Why
This
did
is
you
garbage.
send me
Why
this?
did you send me
Who the
this?
We're not
Are these
friends
guys-
anymore.
Look at that shitty background. This is the worst fucking podcast.
But then, at All Press is Good Press, he sends that to 5 of his friends and goes,
Look how fucking
look at
stupid these guys are.
They got faces for radio.
Good thing we're doing radio.
Yeah, except
we just couldn't get on the radio, so we did our own little internet radio show. That's how I explained it to my grandmother. She's like, "What is this thing you're doing? Like, it's like a radio show, but on the internet where nobody listens." We do have listeners. To anybody listening, you are
Tune
a
in
listener, and
next
we do
week.
love you.
Yeah. If you think you're the only one listening, you're right.
Just wrong, also. But thank you for listening. We will be back next week with these two idiots talking about. Actually, I don't know how that goes future past.
Okay.
But these two idiots are going. I'm going to leave. These two idiots are going to talk.
Getting the cheeks
And
out.
we're going to see you next week. Gang, gang.
And this is why we're not doing this.